What's up, y'all? It is Thursday, day 4. Where's my tripod? Lol. All right, here we are. Day 4. I am. It's like 10:30. I'm trying to get to bed relatively early, but as is always the case with me and bedtime, it seems ever postponed. But basically, I'm trying to get organized before the school year starts. And just like get on top of my shit. So I have a list of things that I need to do before school starts. Actually, I'll show you all what it is right now. I need to do FAFSA, internship stuff, pay tuition, student loans, and apply to research positions. Because once school starts, it'll just get more difficult to do it. I was dealing with a lot of self-confidence stuff earlier today, just about the whole process of like social media, and then just like the whole challenge in and of itself. I'm working on doing things because I want to do them, and because and not for any extrinsic reward, and it's a hard shift to make. But we're working through it. I was having a lot of just like self-defeating thoughts earlier today. But I had a lot of great conversations with people. A couple with Tay. I got to see my good friend Trey. I was on a podcast with him. He does a podcast where he just talks about sex work and the sex industry. And even though I'm not a part of it, it's cool to see and be on and support and talk to a friend that I haven't really talked to in a while. Because honestly, I've been busy, been gone, been doing stuff. But yeah, missed him. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really know how that's working. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make some kind of like calendar thing, but let me see. 1.5 times 7. Wow, why am I blanking on that? What is it? 9 plus 1.5, 10.5. Okay, that was ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason I should have been blanking like that. That's crazy. Okay, so for 10.5, I need this guy. Cool. Basically, I'm trying to make a calendar for my 75 hard so I can see each day that I've progressed, and I can like mark it off of a physical thing, because right now I have a tendency to just get really in my head about things, and I'm working on looking at things more objectively and taking my self-criticism out of things, and learning to just be okay with doing things because I want to do things, and then also be more realistic about things, because I will like sit there and catastrophize in my head and be like, nah, but really that was terrible, or like, really fucking, you're doing bad. It's like, no, you're doing fine. You just need to work on your patience. I've realized through this process, I have like 0 patience for progress. If I'm not able to directly see like some kind of result or benefit from whatever I'm inputting into the system, not a good time for me, bro. Not a good time. I was talking to my brother about this because he's a similar way. We're both kind of like, I'd say, pretty analytically minded, and yeah, both of us really struggle with that because it's just kind of the way that we've been taught and raised, and also a lot of what's prioritized, especially because he's also an engineer, and in the tech field, it's like, okay, test and iterate and test and iterate, and when things aren't going up, then you move on to the next idea. and I want to do that so quickly, like with myself and with like just different habits and things that I'm doing. But that's not how you build long-lasting habits. So working on that. Yeah. But yeah, today's the 4th. School starts on the 16th. So I have right around a week and a half before things really get up and kicking. And what I'm trying to do is at least have a better sense of my voice and what I'm creating online now in the time before I lose most of my time, so that when I'm in the thick of it, things will be a little bit more clear, and I'll be able to I will have found my voice better to the point where it's more manageable when my time is taken up. Kind of a long roundabout way of going about it, but I'm a little scatterbrained tonight. I think probably just need to sleep. I told myself I was going to bike the next couple of days yesterday. I think on these videos. This morning I ran like 2 miles with the dogs, and then I biked. I really should have just run the whole thing because my knees are feeling it. So actually, I'm going to work on stretching, and work on spending a little more time warming up, because I kind of just been raw dogging those runs. This is a marathon, pun intended. I have one coming up in February, hence the pun. But it's not a sprint, and I need to treat it as such. But yeah. Oh. The book that I'm reading for 75 Hard is Getting Things Done. I don't remember where I put it. It was talking today about it was like 5 steps for organizing your life, and a large focus of the book is taking things that are internal in your head and just cluttering up and taking up a lot of space and externalizing them and putting them into some kind of trusted system that you can rely on and you know is going to work. And so what we're doing with it is the 5 steps are something like, it's like capture. Fucking A. I just read it. Dude, I'm so scatterbrained right now. This is probably going to be terrible to watch, but it's a good thing this is mostly for me. Where's the book? Capture what has our attention, clarify what each item means, organize the results, which presents options that we reflect on, which we then choose to engage with. So that's kind of the thinking there, is basically you need to have a capture system that lets you get anal ideas down onto some external things so they stop cluttering up your head. You get super clear about each of them, meaning you figure out, like, what does it mean, trash? Like, do you need to take out the trash? Do you need to call the trash people? Is there trash in the front yard? Like, then once you've like clarified it, you figure out like what to do with it. You put in some organized system, and then you figure out how you engage with it. I know I missed a step in there, but that's more or less it. It's basically providing a process from ideation to execution. And that's very helpful because what I do right now is I hyperfixate on one thing, and then I let everything else go to the wayside. Then I'll just deal with a lot of the anxiety around like, oh, I know I'm forgetting things. What am I forgetting? What else is there? instead of just having a reliable way to capture and deal with inputs. But yeah, that's helpful. I need to figure out how I'm going to implement it. Because historically I've been very bad at using some kind of externalized system. I'll use it for a couple weeks and then I'll just forget about it and stop using it. And then that's not very helpful at all. So I need to figure that out. But until then, peace. Have a good night.